Hey Bestie, I'm Kenya and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining in for a planner sesh with me. So Bestie, in this video, I will be planning out my spread for March 20th through the 26th. And you guys, I'm excited. I'm excited about this spread for the simple fact of using this new Spoonful of Faith Beautiful and Brave sticker book. So if you want to see what I create, then you already know. Stay tuned. Okay, so basically, let's jump right into it. First up, you guys, this Spoonful of Faith sticker book is dreamy. It's so pretty. And here are all the stickers that I pulled. I love these two decorative box stickers with the quotes in them. The handwriting front is so pretty to me. And then I also pulled these washi options. I have some pink and black and white options here. Wasn't sure which one would work, so I just decided to pull all of them. And I can test them, and you'll see that later in the video. So first up, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and put down both of my double boxes. I know I want to use these, so I'm going to put one in between Friday and Saturday. And then I'm going to also add another one at the bottom of Wednesday and Thursday. And my only idea, I don't have like I guess you could say it's not a creative idea as far as like making a scene or something like that. But the only idea I have is to just create my clusters and just really allow the boxes and colors in this sticker book to pop. Typically I like to choose like 2 to 3 colors to stick with in a spread, but here lately, y'all, I've been using all the colors. Okay, really been into it. So I just decided to keep the same flow this week, and it is going to be the first week of spring this week. And I was going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to do some type of scene for spring, but y'all, I was like, I want to use this sticker book so bad. Okay, I feel like right now, you guys, with the spring release happening from the Happy Planner, there's so many books I want to use. I want to use all of them. Okay, and I feel like I don't have enough planner spreads to decorate, which I technically do, but I only decorate my actual planner spread and my journal, my creative journal. I do a little bit of decorating in my wellness, and then of course my faith planner, it has a theme. I've been on a theme track with that, but here lately I just really only get to do 2 spreads in the week most of the time. And so I'm like, I just need to create some spreads. I don't know, I just really want to get into all the stickers. Okay, so as you can see, you guys, I went ahead and put all the stickers down that I pulled. I pulled those 2 beautiful artwork stickers with the girls in them with the quotes. And y'all, I haven't used these checklist stickers in so long, okay? And honestly, I actually love them. I really do. I still love my checklist stencil, which I use the most. I use that the most, but I think these add a different flair, and a lot of times I use bullet points instead. But I was like, I'm gonna use these checklists stickers and put them on the spread in some way, and that'll add something different to this spread. I just want this spread to be very colorful and functional. That's the goal here, for me to get all the plans down and everything. And what I've learned is, as long as I keep it neat, it really makes for a great after the pen. And I just love looking at it and using it, so it brings me joy throughout the week. That's one of the purposes of my planner anyway, is to, really allow me to be functional and to be able to use it, but also to bring me joy, and motivate me and inspire me with the quotes and things. Okay, so as y'all can see, I'm just pulling all the colors, but here's the thing with this. I did decide to pull a couple of other boxes in this, I guess you could call it a half box size. And I decided to continue to add in more color, but here's where I kind of got tripped up a little bit, because I was like, oh, I don't want to have too much of the same color next to each other. So I was trying to figure out where to spread these out. So then that's when I was like, oh, I already put one down. So let me pause and use my wax paper to see where things will look the best. And so that's what I'm doing here, you guys. I am going to use all 4 of these boxes to, add more to my clusters that I'm creating. And see this one, this little peachy color, it looks good with this yellow. So I'm going to put it here. And I think I'm going to put it up here some kind of way. But then at the same time, I'm like, I want to make sure I have some real estate if I need it outside of the double box. Those double boxes, and I call them double boxes, y'all, but they're great for lists. They're great for memories, if you want to put a memory in there. If you want to put, like, for example, this weekend I have an event to attend, and so it's like putting all the event details in it. That's going to be great for that. And so, yeah, I'm like looking at these and I'm like, oh, well, no, this green would actually look better because I don't want to put the green on the left side of the spread because the double box down in between Wednesday and Thursday is green. So I switched those out. I switched those out. And then I'm going to pull this one up. And and I have to be very careful because I didn't use the washi, not washi, but the wax paper for that one. I'm going to put it up here in between Monday and Tuesday, I think. And then put this little peachy one down here. I'm going to use a little bit of white out because that notes was kind of sticking out, and to cover that up and be able to lower it more in the little note section instead of Sunday. And I'm going to turn the flower around. That's another key tip, you guys. If you're using florals, but you don't have like a lot of floral stickers and you still want the florals to pop, spread them out. So for instance, this one that I'm picking up, that floral that was like the decor on the edge of that box was too close to the corner floral on the double box of the yellow double box. So switching it around spreads it out a little bit. And so I'm going to try to keep that in mind when I put these other ones down as well. And that just adds more of a visual effect to the spread. I don't know, it's little small details like that I think I pay attention to that really, I don't know, feel better to me. So I just wanted to point that out in case you're like me and you like the little small details. Okay, so I do have this green box, and it's a mint green, or like a sage green, I should say. I don't know if that's the right color name, but it's a green, but it's a different green than the one at the bottom. But I'm still going to put it at the top so it's not clashing. And then I'm just going to put that blue one down there. Feel better about that. Okay, so now that I got that, and I feel like this is a good base, you guys. And honestly, where I'm at right now, you could really stop. Okay, you really could just stop here. And back in the day, I used to stop at points like this. That was kind of quick, but I would still stop. But of course, I'm extra, and I like to add in little other like layering pieces and things that, like, add to the spread. So I pulled this "You are beautiful, you are a beautiful thing" quote. And I was trying to find another blue quote that would kind of pop with it, and I found one, but it was too big. And then I also pulled these little flowers because I don't really have any other florals that I could use in this book that were small enough. So I decided to pull these and see how I can like put those in with this. And as you can see, you guys, I used all of the different like florals in this spread. Like, there are several different styles, like, well, I say several, but at least 3 different styles of florals in this book, and I used all of them. So at this point, it doesn't really matter what florals I pull. They all will kind of go because I just kind of mix them out. And what I mean by that is the decor on the boxes are a little bit different. She has different florals throughout this book. And I also thought that I would pull one of these frames, and I call them frames, and maybe I could like cut it down and like layer it around a box or something. That's what I was thinking, just to give me more of that floral effect. I want more florals for sure. I just wasn't sure which ones I could use that would actually make sense and that were small enough to not compromise so much white space. So here is where I was like, okay, well, let me just think about the pop of like the little extra texture that I want. And so here I'm going to test out some washi, you guys. And I pulled that one, but it was a little too bland. Like, the black wasn't popping on that one for me. And typically I go for that washi. And then I had this one, and I was like, oh, I like that. So let me lay that down on the wax paper. And then this is the one that I really thought was going to work, you guys, because it's not so much of a polka dot look, but at the same, it's kind of giving like a little bit of a dash, I guess you could say. But this washi, y'all, gives me the most trouble. Okay, I got it from Amazon, and I just think I got a bad batch because I love it. I just feel like it doesn't roll off the roll easily like most of my other washis. And then this is probably my least favorite washi because I ordered it thinking that this polka dot was going to be very white, but it's transparent, and I don't use it as often. But I thought maybe I could use it on this spread, and no, it didn't work. And then I had this one, this pink. This is a Happy Planner washi here, and I thought that was pretty. Then this one is also a Happy Planner washi. It's a grid washi. I love my grid washi, y'all. I really do. And so I thought maybe I could use that one. And then this one is a diagonal striped washi from the Happy Planner. And I thought I could possibly use that as well. But here's the only thing about pink. The pink is kind of like blending in with the spread. And I really wanted a pop, and that black was popping. And you guys, another tip is whenever you're doing a bunch of color, add some black to it. When you add some black, it just brings the colors out more for some reason to me. So here I am, and this is what I mean by test the washi. Okay, the one thing I love about washi is that it's not like stickers. Okay, it doesn't hug your paper so much so that you can't get it up. Now some washi probably does, because I think I have ripped a page using washi, but thank God this washi that I'm using here doesn't do that. So I'm just testing the waters here. I'm just putting it in various places, trying to see what it would look like, what it would feel like on the spread, and if I even like the pink for sure, because I was going back and forth on that in my head because it did kind of blend and I wanted a pop. So I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that piece there for sure. So let me not even ponder on that too long. And so I'm looking at the other pieces and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this one down here in the note section. So I'm going to go back and forth, and let me go back into the book and see what else I can find that could possibly add to this. And a couple of tips that you can look for when you're looking for things to add to a spread once you get your base down. And what I mean by base is like your main boxes, your main checklist, is you want to go in and look for little things that you can layer with. And so that's what I'm doing here, you guys. I'm just trying to find things that make sense to me and layer well. And then also, I think I love flipping through this book. Okay, whenever you get a new sticker book, you don't know it like you know your other ones. And one tip for that I should mention, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, is on the back of your sticker books, they are actually in order. The Happy Planner does a really good job with giving us some type of like picture form of what's in the book, and they actually have them in order. So yeah, you guys, I found some little labels, some little pointers, and this one says today, and so I'm gonna pull another one in a different color to put down here in this little cluster. See, and this is what I mean, like adding these little things that give a different visual effect. It like labels it makes it pop out. Like that box could be used for something in particular that's relatable to the label that I choose. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just finding different things that I can layer with, while I decide whether or not I like this washi. I do that, y'all. I will leave it on the page and just see and live with it for a little bit and see if it's really giving me what I want. And so I did find some other labels, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I could use some of those, but then I decided against it and put it back in the book. So now I'm just trying to see what else there is, and here I am looking at this washi like, yeah, I think y'all are just, and I say y'all, but you two pieces aren't really just speaking 100%. So I'm going to pull you up, okay, because you're not speaking, and I want to love you, and so I'm going to see what else I can find in this book. Maybe a quote. Okay, let's put this quote down that I pulled. Okay, so, and sometimes you guys, I know y'all see me use wax paper often, and sometimes though, there are some stickers that the wax paper just doesn't tell me the full story, and I think I might like it, then I put it down and like this one. I'm like, I don't like that there. But I feel like something needs to go in that spot. You know what I mean? Like I need to put something there, but that wasn't it. Okay, I didn't like it. So we pull up what we don't like. Okay, it has to speak. So here I'm trying to see like maybe some washi down the middle. I've done that before, and I really liked it in that spread, but this wasn't the spread for that. So now I'm going to go ahead and go with a washi that I knew I loved. Sometimes you just need to follow your first mind, okay? And then this particular plan with me session or planner session, I was very experimental, I would say, very much so. Okay, so here's another little thing that I've been loving lately, y'all. For a while there, I was really into ripping my washi. Okay, here lately, I've been loving like carving out like a little curvy moment. Okay, and it gives me like this little effect. Like it. I don't know why I like that. I don't even know if it makes sense to y'all or y'all can even see what it's doing, but it does it for me. So I love that I did that. And I was like, yes, that's the pop. Y'all see how, like, I don't know if it's just me or my eyes, but I feel like once I added that black, the colors got brighter. Okay, they got brighter. Something happened when I added that little pop. And see, this washi gives enough contrast that it doesn't take away from the stickers, but it gives enough contrast to make you say, oh, okay, you got something else going on here. And that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? So when I look at the spread, I just got all little types of things to like look at. And this is a part of being creative, you guys. Like, find what flows. You know, art is, it's an expression, okay? And so that's what I was doing here. I was literally being an artist with this washi, at least in my own head. And so here I was like, oh, I don't like the two washi pieces on top of each other, so let me find another spot. And I was like, boom, we're gonna put it next to this box. That will be perfect. Love it. Okay, so now that I got that, you guys, and now I'm still thinking about my layering pieces. So I remember these little skinny boxes, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna layer boxes on top of the washi. So that's what we're gonna do here, just layer them in different ways that, like, you know, make me feel good about it. And it will also give me some more function, which goes with my goal for this spread, functional spread with tons of color. And so I'm going to use all the colors, y'all. I'm pulling reds. I don't even know if there's another red box on here, but I put it down. Typically, I don't do that because typically I want to balance the spread out. But I think because I'm using so many, I'm able to spread it out evenly, and it's going to flow, okay? So here's where I was like, oh, I want to use these little florals now. So let me go ahead and put these down somewhere. And I just thought maybe at the corner of the boxes would look good. I didn't want to compromise the floral details on the boxes, so I thought finding those little spaces where it was empty to where I could add this little element. So I really like that. Okay, it's coming together, and I was thinking maybe add two, but then I was like, nah, that's team too much. Maybe add it to another part of the cluster, but I couldn't really find a spot, you guys. So we're going to not try to press this point. And I think those two little added florals still make a point, you know, because I do have those floral details in the boxes, and so it's going to add to it. Okay, so now I'm flipping through the book trying to see what else I can find. And of course, more boxes, function. Okay, I'm giving myself tons of places for functionality and things. And I love boxes, you guys, because they really allow you to make things that you want to do, or, you know, events or appointments or anything. It makes for it to stand out. So I love that. And sometimes with my clusters, putting a box close to the cluster still looks like it's a part of the cluster. It's just a disconnected box. And so I really like that element too. So I thought this would look good with these larger clusters here. Okay, so I'm liking it, you guys. I'm liking it. And I'm like, okay, can you find a quote or something? Because you got to put something on Tuesday. Because Tuesday is looking a little bare. And I thought, that one's pretty. I wish I had more black quotes in this book. But it's all good. Because that was the one thing I wasn't being able to find. Was like some smaller ones. And then I found this one that says, meditate on things true. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I could use that one and put it down. It's kind of subtle, so it won't add too much like the blue did. But at the same time, it'll still fill up that space. Then I was like, I don't know. Do I like it there? I was just going back and forth, y'all. So here I am just holding it. And then I see this long quote strip. And I was like, oh, that's what I need. That's what I need. So let me put this one back. And so I'm going to place it back in the book. And I'm going to pick up this green one, because I think green would look good in that space instead of pink, because that box is pink. So yeah, we're going to pull that one. And I like what the quote says as well. It's definitely speaking to, you know, my uniqueness and things. And let's see if I want to put the whole one down, or if I want like the whole quote. And I was like, that's not gonna fit. So let me see other little places I could possibly put something. And I might have to use that pink one. Then I decide, make the sticker work for you, Kenya, and we're gonna cut it. And this is going to add to the balance that I love to do, which is put something of a similar aesthetic on each side of the spread. So this helps. So I'm going to put this top part here, and It says, I am wildly loved as my unique self, just as my unique self. And then I could put this bottom one down here. I don't have to be anyone but me. And I was like, oh, do I like that down there? Because that's green on top of green. Y'all, this spread literally calls for like a lot of decision, but I was just really having fun. And I think I put so many stickers on this spread because like I think I just love this sticker book, and I'm very much convinced that I need to get another one. And then always having two, it really does help my balance because this is beautiful. Like these colors are so pretty to me. Like Jenna, she just did a great job with her artwork and everything. I just love it. I love this whole collab. So here's where I said, you know, I don't like that one up there on Friday or that one down on Thursday. So I'm going to go with my first mind. Go with your first mind, y'all. Go with your first mind. If you don't get anything else out of this video, go with your first mind, your first creative thought, and see where it takes you. And so I put that one on Tuesday and put one down in the note section, and I love it. I was happy. Okay, so now I'm going to add some little labels to layer on top of these flowers. And this one says remember, and that's going to be perfect because I can put some bullet points underneath that and do some like make a list. And then this one says priority, and that's great because it's kind of like on top of my little, like, I guess you could say checklist sticker. So I'm loving it, Bestie. I'm loving it. So the only thing about this spread is the fact that the top was looking naked. Okay, it was looking very bare, and I needed to add something to it. So I was trying to figure out what I could do, and I done flipped through this book, y'all, a lot at this point, and I don't know. I was trying to think, what else can I add? And I had pulled that little frame sticker before. I even pulled these, and I thought these were longer strips of washi, but that was gonna definitely throw it off. So that frame that I had before, I was thinking if I could find some of those florals, or maybe like some single ones that I could like put across the top. And then I just thought, well, you know what, Kenya, how about you just cut this frame up? You know, even if you're like, if you have to use a couple of them, just cut it up or add some flowers to it. This would definitely help because this frame has like that blue floral that's in there in this whole like book. It's in there, purple rather is the color I think I'm trying to say. And yeah, I think it'll look good. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm a little bit out of frame on this because I was just trying to see how to make it work, and I was more so concerned with showing you guys how I trim it down. So I just cut it piece by piece, just a little bit here and there, so that way it's not too curved when I cut it, and I can like lay it however I want. And I am going to use the wax paper just to make sure that I'm okay with this look, but I really think I'm gonna love it. I think it's gonna be the finishing touch to the spread at this point. See that little, I said it was blue, y'all, but it's purple. That little flower at the top, that's gonna add something to it. And then I'm just cutting out this middle portion because it's don't need that. And then I'm trying to figure out where I can like spread these out, you know, spread the blue away from the other one, so I can put the orangey peachy one there. I'm like, yes, this is gonna be pretty. This is gonna be what I want it to look like. So okay, so now that I kind of know that, I'm just gonna say let's commit to it. Let's just put the flowers down. And I did add in some of those other florals that I had pulled to put on the spread, but I thought they would look good up here as well to add the, you know, diversity of the florals that I got going on. So pretty, you guys. Oh, I love this sticker book, y'all. I really do. I love this whole collection. Like the whole Spoonful of Faith is just so beautiful to me. So pretty. Okay, so now y'all, I'm in frame. Y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so yes, it's so pretty. So pretty. I feel like this was just the added punch that I needed. Like I feel like there's something about the horizontal that I've loved doing in the past. Is adding something to the top of the spread. It just helps it, I feel like, a little bit. So I'm going in, I'm gonna pull one more flower that's gonna help it out. And boom, you guys, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let me trim off like the excess pieces. And normally I try to save these pieces, you guys, if they're like big enough to save. Like, you know, if you can like save some scraps and stuff, because you never know how you can, where you can use those. Okay, so now that I got it all cut down, Bessie, that is it for the spread. I really love how this spread turned out. And now I'm just thinking in my head like I'm ready to write in it and plan out the week for next week. And I'm just thinking, do I want to use colors or do I want to just use all black pen? We will have to see. All right, Bessie. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video and definitely comment below if you are a Spoonful of Faith lover. I would love to hear from you. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bestie, for more videos like this and to become a bestie, of course. I want to thank you all for being so sweet and so kind. And until next time, I love you. Bye.